You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, YNR fans, I have got your full roster of weekly spoilers from Monday, November 11th, all the way through Friday, November 15th. Sharon is falling right into Phyllis's trap, and Victor is sealing the deal next week. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Let's dive right in and talk about the action coming. If you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe. Beginning on Monday, November 11th, which is season 52, episode 28. We have Victor and Nikki settling in very happily at their newly built ranch house. She is very impressed. He was able to build this whole thing and keep it a secret. Meanwhile, Jack brings Ashley Abbott home not only to Genoa City, but also to the Abbott mansion. Abby is so happy to have her mom home in time for her wedding, and she tells her about the rebuilt ranch house that will be the venue for her wedding to Devon. Meanwhile, Ashley congratulates Alan Laurent and Traci Abbott on their relationship. She's very happy for them. And Ashley and Abby go check out the ranch so they can look at what's going to happen for the wedding, which is coming midweek. Traci tries to talk to Jack about Diane. He doesn't want to hear it. Traci insists that Diane is now conspiring with Victor against Kyle. Again, Jack doesn't want to hear it. He's going to storm out on his little sister. Ashley really likes the new ranch house. Ashley, Nikki, and Abby are doing some wedding planning on Monday. Victor meets with Jill, and she tells him that Billy and Lily have both let her know that he is trying to steal Chancellor. Victor's insulting Billy, Jill is insulting Adam, and Jill's like, whatever, I'll just put Lily back in charge. But Victor lies. He lies to her and says Lily wants to work at Winters with her family, and Victor tells her, we need to make a deal. And it looks like they do. Phyllis corners Sharon, more harassment, and says, you need to confess that you killed Heather. And she again is saying the thing about how she has proof and that people saw her freaking out at the funeral. Nick is trying to get Phyllis to stop. She's not going to stop. She does leave, though, and Cameron is there. What is going on with Sharon's medicine that she's still seeing this guy? And is Lyndon Ashby tired of wearing that shirt and just looking unclean? That poor guy. They got to be saving on wardrobe, though. He warns Sharon that Nick is doubting her, and Sharon keeps asking him if he believes Phyllis. Nick says no, and Sharon is trying to float these different ideas and saying Phyllis may create evidence. And Sharon wants to talk to Chance, but Nick says that isn't a good look for you. I'll get Phyllis to back down. But Nick does say that Phyllis seems really sure about it. And then Cameron is there poking at her, telling Sharon, Nick doubts you. Nick notices that Sharon is looking at someone that's not there, and she's smiling at Cameron, and it's just really creepy. And Cameron tells her she needs to make Phyllis go away forever. Meanwhile, Phyllis has a conversation with Lauren on Monday and tells her the whole thing. Sharon killed Heather, framed Daniel, all that, and that Sharon's hated Daniel since Cassie died, that the Faith and Lucy accident pushed her over the edge. And, Lauren's like, yeah, but is she capable of murder? And Phyllis says, years ago, Sharon pushed me down the stairs and left me for dead. Nick shows up and says, just stop it. This has gone too far. Phyllis isn't going to stop it. Christine talks to Daniel about the funeral, and Cricket is coming around. She's starting to really see why Phyllis thinks Sharon did this, because she was acting so strange at the funeral, acting guilty. She had all these mental health issues. The last one to see Heather alive didn't tell the police, and just very conveniently, what was clearly planted evidence showed up. And Daniel's like, okay, but what's the motive? And Cricket says, Cassie. Daniel says, well, that would be diabolical. And Sharon takes the bait. She sneaks upstairs to Phyllis's room at the GCAC, steals one of the maid's cards to get into Phyllis's room because she is desperate to see if Phyllis really does have evidence. I wonder if Phyllis has left cameras or what, but she did what Phyllis was hoping she would do. Tuesday, November 12th is season 52, episode 29. And this is Phyllis sets another trap for Sharon. And that started on Monday. Sharon walks right into it. It's not that Phyllis is smarter than Sharon. It's that Phyllis is thinking clearly. She seems obsessed, but she's thinking clearly, and Sharon is not. She's in a state of mental disarray. Victor and Jill have some unfinished business to settle, and he is lying all over town, but I think he's going to get Jill to play Let's Make a Deal with him. And Lily keeps Billy on his toes after she turned down his apology and his job offer, but guess what? I think both of them are about to be out of luck because the mustache may win this and sneak Chancellor out from under both of them. Wednesday, November 13th is episode 30 of season 52. This is YNR's 13,000th milestone episode, coinciding with Devon and Abby's wedding day. Victor and Nikki host family and friends at their new home for the event. We have got Anna and Harmony Hamilton in town. We have got so many people at the wedding. Adam's not going to be there. Phyllis isn't going to be there. Sharon's not going to be there. Chance is not going to be there. But a lot of other people are going to be there. One thing that's happening that the wedding's going to carry over a couple of days. Nick is there, though, and so is Summer. And Summer gets a very upsetting phone call, and there is supposed to be a big bombshell. And we've been wondering what the bombshell is. And part of that bombshell may tie into Elena's return. And in a photo for that episode, Nate is seen holding a baby. Right? So Diane Jenkins shows up, and she probably wasn't on the guest list. She probably was initially invited, but since she and Jack have supposedly broken up, then she shouldn't be there. But she shows up and starts something with Kyle. Thursday, November 14th, episode 31 of season 52, Nick makes a discovery that shocks him. So maybe he finds out that Sharon broke into the room. Sharon gets a rude awakening that same day. So Phyllis may have cameras in that room showing her rifling the room. And that's not a good look. Chance has already been told, that Sharon did this, that she planted the evidence and everything. And given that Sharon is having conversations with Cameron out loud, she might be in Phyllis's room talking to him on tape, confessing, we'll see. And Jill stands her ground with Billy. They have a showdown at the wedding. He is going to be very upset with his mother if indeed she cut a deal that is going to put Chancellor back in Victor's hands, because Billy Boy is not going to be allowed to work for the mustache. We all know that. Friday, November 15th, episode 32, season 52, Sharon is backed into a corner. We all knew it was going to be time's up in November sweep. She needs a luxury room at Fairview Psychiatric Hospital. I don't want to see her in handcuffs and in jail. She needs help. Jack and Diane are busted on Friday. And that spoiler right there tells me that I was right when I said that they were not really broken up and they were co-conspirators. They have been trying to teach Kyle a lesson, but more than that, they've been trying to get him away from Victor. But Kyle is an entitled, kind of spoiled little brat. I mean, I understand his issues, but he's also a grown man. We all have parental issues. I have some daddy issues myself. He's got mommy issues. But at some point when you're an adult, you have to own your choices and mistakes. And I think they want him back in the family fold, but he's incapable of seeing that Victor, isn't the smart choice for him. And so I think they're trying to set it up so that Victor will turn on him. And that way Kyle will see that he should have listened to mom and dad. But I definitely think they're busted. Their breakup, all that is all fake. They are trying to trick Victor, trick Kyle. And this is the big spoiler for the week. Victor adds something impressive to his empire. That sure sounds like he got Chancellor, right?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.